Hi guys, welcome to Think Property Club's Unstoppable. Let's connect with one of our superstar students and see how their property journey has changed their lives and others while having fun making profits along the way. Hi everybody, welcome to Unstoppable today. Today I have one of our students, Cheng, and his other half who couldn't be online, Ilya. They're an amazing team together and they've been part of Think Property Club for a little while now. And we really want to touch base with them to see where they're at, what they've been doing, and sharing some of the learnings and wins they've had throughout being with Think Property Club as well. So welcome, Cheng.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks for having me.
Lots of change. I know you started your own little family as well, a beautiful little girl in that process.
Yes.
And, you know, you and your partner, Ilya, have both been in jobs. I guess, what was the reason for you guys to really want to get into property? You know, was it your day job? Was it wanting to build freedom? What was it that gave you that, you know, trickle to go, let's get into it?
Yeah, I think for us, we were thinking about, at that time, we were thinking about having our own family, having our children. And we're thinking if we keep working on the job and nothing else, we may miss a lot of time together with our kids. So we would really want to have something to enable us to spend more time with our children. That's the biggest motivation for us when it comes to property investment.
Yeah, fantastic. And was there something about, you know, jobs that you didn't like, or was it the hours, or what did you see in property that you thought, you know, coming to the boot camp that, hey, this is something that could replace our income?
Yeah, at that time, I was working with my family, and we're doing wholesale business. I went into it because it's my family's business. I really didn't think about all these passion things and things like that. So property investment is big in Australia. So started off with like just buying home and things like that. But when I went to the boot camp, the thing that opened my eyes was the potential returns from property development. And at that time, Ilya and I, we were doing renovation. And what we learned is that, yeah, we are not so good with the tools. We are better with organizing, with recording, and all these more like the background work. And the tradespeople, they are excellent on the tools with the work. So we were like, hey, you know, maybe we should leverage our strength. And property development seems to be the area that we could do that. And the returns, the potential returns at that time that we learned from the bootcamp really got me hooked. And we were like, man, we gotta learn about this.
Yeah. And it's really interesting point you say that, because, you know, we've tried renovating in the past too, and it's like 12 hours a day, hard slog, you're covered in dirt, and then you come out with that little profit at the end. You don't have any time for anything else. You just want to sleep.
That's right. And that's exactly how we felt. And I think over the course of the process, I mean, it had been fun and all that, but it's pretty hard work. It's pretty hard work, especially when we are not the best at doing it. So yeah.
No, we gave it a try at even the basic painting things and realized, you know, you leave it to the specialists, right?
That's right.
Yeah, what you realize is that you're good at the background, the management of these people.
Yes.
Putting together of the project, whether it's admin, documentation, timeline, schedules, and most people can learn that skill. And that's the biggest thing about at Think Property Club. You don't need to come in with all this knowledge and skill. People come in from all different ages. Remember, like a 16-year-old sitting in our boot camp with, you know, his mum, and he was the first one to finish the FISO exercise.
Wow, excellent.
He was just good at maths. That's what it comes down to. It's like a numbers game. right?
Yeah.
But if you can learn to create that system and know who to call, you're the one calling everybody to get it done rather than being on the tools, which, well, not you need years of training to be on the tools as well.
Yes, right? If I would really want to train on how to paint, I would need to paint a lot of houses before I get good at that.
The massive profits that you can make from developing and building properties that are new, not old.
Yeah.
In doing the course, was there any part of the stages that you like best or what you felt clicked for you? Because obviously you've got stage 1 to 12. We build them step by step so that people can learn, and scale up from doing a really tiny, even one house build that makes good profit, to subdivision to multiple units.
For me, my favorite stage is the feasibility.
Nice.
Because I think in doing the project, what I find is that when I got that right, the rest of the process they are a lot easier. They're a lot easier when the numbers are reliable. And even when we think about the numbers, we think about the process as well. Because from the DA to the BA, and actually is almost like a built-in way for us to think about the process as well. So I think when I really like that, because when I put my focus on that part, the rest of the process seems to fall into place pretty easily.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I guess just hearing you talk about it, you seem so knowledgeable already of that process that has to happen. Now, tell us, I know you've done this deal, that has finished.
Yes.
And it was a joint venture, which is a no money down deal.
Yes.
Tell us, did you always wanted to do a no money down deal? Because you guys had some servicing, some borrowing, inspired you to do a JV.
Yeah. So after the renovation, so that's done. And we were at the stage that we were like, okay, we wanted to do development, but certainly we did not have the knowledge of doing it. And if we go ahead and do something without the knowledge, especially something like development, there's no telling what is the maximum potential loss we could make by one giant mistake. So, and at that time, there was an opportunity to work with you, Amy, and Jason on the mentorship. And we're like, okay, if we're going to do this, we're probably going to put everything into this, and we won't have any more money to do development anymore. But we're like, okay, let's think about this. If we have the knowledge, we pretty much cap the potential loss in a project. And there's always a way to, if we have the knowledge, we can work with other people who have the capital. So that was how we were thinking at that time. And we went ahead and do it that way. And we have been talking to like people that we know, and they know what we are doing. So there was this good friend of mine. They are a couple and they seem interested, but seriously, before we got the deal, they are interested, but they haven't like confirmed anything yet. So it was almost like a leap in faith, I guess.
Yeah. So, did you even know to do, like, what gave you the confidence to do the joint venture, I guess? Was it just having Jason and I in the background, knowing the steps and, making sure you were doing the right thing before you go ahead?
Yes. That is a big part, because it will be our first project. And given that it would be a joint venture deal, to me, I want to do the best for my partners. That's at the forefront of my. I wanted to get a deal that work, that make them profit, and I want it to be as smooth as possible. So having mentors, Jason and Amy, to kind of like cross-check and verify my thinking, my numbers, really gave me the confidence Especially sometimes when I look at the numbers, I was like, did I miss anything? And I'm glad that Amy, you gave me a lot of support in asking me questions. At least like, did you check this? Did you check that? Maybe you should talk to this person. That really helped me a lot. That for sure.
Yep. And it's all about asking questions because you can't know it all. You rely on your specialists, your A-team professionals, who are the people who've done years of degree in whatever field it is, right? Yes. And the more questions you're piecing that puzzle together, and it will make sense as you get more information together on that feasibility, isn't it, Cheng?
Yes, that's right.
And, did you ever think that a JV partner could come on board and say, hey, I'll do it with you? Because a lot of our students in our community who will be listening to this today will be like, well, I don't have any money. How am I going to do this?
Yeah.
I haven't done a deal before. How am I going to do this? Why would someone, trust me with their money to do a deal? And, we always teach it's about following the Think Property Club system.
Yeah, that's right. And I guess at that time, what I find is that I think this might be beneficial for other students as well, that as we learn from the program Think Property Club, we have the knowledge that a lot of other people do not. And especially people around us, say friends or family, if they are thinking about investing in property, we could share our knowledge with them. And these partners, it started that way. They were thinking about investing in property, and I was asking them about their reason. Turns out they were like, okay, we were looking at this plot of land because we think there's a potential for future development. Uh-huh. I was like, okay, but they just based on because it's a corner block. That's it, nothing else. So we're like, okay, how about, is it okay if I do some, since I know this stuff, can I, help you out and give you some information on what I think? Of course, they appreciate it because this is like a complimentary thing. And over time, they found, hey, actually, you do know a lot about this. And I say, yeah, actually, I'm looking at sites, and would you like to be a partner in the deal? And they're like, interested. Let's give me more information. So that's how the conversation started. So I guess start from helping people around us, give them some information. They will know you know a lot. And that will give them the confidence to invest in the deal.
Yeah, I love that. And it is teaching you guys to be really ethical, value-driven people, because you're helping someone else build wealth by giving someone else the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So when we talk about joint venture, it's not just about making money, is it? It's about sharing in the process, the journey. You're getting opportunity to work on a deal to make profit with no money down. But you're providing the knowledge and the skills and all of that, and they're providing the money to fund it.
Yes.
So with that particular deal, how was it working with the partner? I know you finished it. There's a nice, healthy profit from it. You get a share of that profit, which I hope you had a big celebration.
Yeah. It has been a very, very good journey. We communicated with our partners regularly. Awesome. Monthly report that is a given, and when there's something that's important that comes up, we make sure we communicate with them straight away. Good. So, for example, there was we were planning to do it is a 3 townhouse project, and the initial plan was to have 3 single stories townhouses. That is proven in the area, so we just follow what the market wants. But turns out soon before we submitted the planning application, the council wanted a little bit more setback or spacing between the dwellings. So that means one of the 3-bedroom dwelling would need to be 2 bedrooms if we want it to be single story. Wow. That would it will make a big difference because the GRV difference would be about 100K difference. So we could either do that or we could go double story, still remain 3 bedrooms. But the consequences is that we may increase the GRV a little bit, but the build cost potentially will increase more than that. So, but in the end, the double story route is still better. We make sure we communicated with our partners on that. And the one thing that they ask is that, okay, do we need more capital on this? So on the calculation, and that's where the feasibility comes in, because I've been nailing on the feasibility over and over again. I pretty much check it almost every day to make sure it is good. So I was like, okay, I don't think so. But if we do need it, I'll let you know straight away. But I don't think so. But in the end, we don't need any extra. We don't need extra capital on that. So it turns out to be pretty good.
Yeah, that's amazing, and it shows your character of, you know, being honest, being attentive, and looking after your partner as well. That's what we teach in joint venture. Good partner, do the reports regularly, and if something comes up, a challenge, which something always comes up day to day, it's about how do we problem solve.
Yes, that's right.
How do we communicate? Because if you go to your partner with a problem, they're not really going to know what to do. They need you to go to them and go, here's what's happening. Here's solution A, B, and C. We're going to go with this, and I'll keep you updated, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I think problems will always occur. Mm-hmm. The best course of action is to find out what are the possible solutions, what is the best one, and then inform the partners about it. They really appreciate it, because if we do it that way, the problem doesn't seem so much of a problem anymore because the solution is there. So they have the confidence going forward.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm sure there was lots of major learnings in that project. What about, you know, in doing that deal, how has that changed your, I guess, wealth building or wealth making thoughts? You know, is this a strategy you're going to keep implementing, working with JV partners? And that particular JV partner, do they want to go again with you?
Oh, for sure. They actually, before, quite a few months before we completed the project, they're already asking, hey, you know, should we start looking for the next one? Because this one is going to complete soon. I was like, wow, music to my ears. Yeah, for sure. I'll start looking. You know? And over the process, because we also share the journey with other friends and families. And now some of them are like, hey, you know, we are interested to join if you got a next deal, and here's what we have, and if you are willing, we would like to be your partners as well. You know,
that's amazing.
So we're like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, you know, if you're interested, I'll keep you posted. And yeah, it's been really good. So it changed. I guess it changed how we see investment. It is a very flexible strategy, I would say, because this particular deal we work with build and sell model, but I mean, we could keep one if that is what the JV partners wanted, and it just depends on what you want to do. Do you want to sell them more? Do you want to keep them more? And it's just flexible. So, and the returns are great. So yeah, definitely a strategy that we'll keep implementing.
Who would have thought that people be throwing money at you?
Yeah, that's right. It's better to have that than to going and presenting to other people is part of it. But having other people to say, hey, you know, do you have the next project? I would like to join for your next project. That's just fantastic.
Yeah, and it is just that first deal, confidence building. And I can just hear it from what you're telling me. You've got so much knowledge, strength from doing that one, that, and you don't know you've got that much knowledge compared to the everyday people out there. And there's so many people that you could be partnering up with, even outside of your inner circle, family and friends, as joint venture, project management, finding deals for people, getting a spotter's fee. And the profits are chunks. We're not talking about $5,000 here or there. We're talking, 6-figure profits, especially in, Victoria, the regions that you're dabbling in, right? Yeah. Great. And so have you got any projects coming up that are you constantly on the lookout for acquisition of projects?
Yeah, looking at acquisition, I guess, given what's happening in the market right now, to me, risk control is very important. I always want to do the best for my partners. So there are times that a site can be too expensive and it becomes too risky. And I'll tell my partners, no problem, let it go. We'll go for the next one. So we're not chasing just for any site. I want the process to be smooth, to control the risk properly. And because I acknowledge that even if I do the best I can in any project, there will be something that I could not foresee. So for anything that I can foresee, let's control it properly. So that's what I believe.
I love it. Very cool, calm and collected, Cheng. And, calculated risks. Is what we're looking at. And it is not a race in this game. This is a lifelong skill. I almost feel like, from meeting you guys, your eyes have opened into this different realm of being, of building wealth, with others. Right?
Yes, that's right.
And knowing that there's other ways to make money that is going to give you back time. Right. And, what are any expert tips or biggest, I guess, advice you can give to people who are just starting out, who are, unsure whether they can do it?
Yeah, I guess you are in the program, learn as much as you can. And by doing that, you already learn a lot more than other people. You may not realize it because you are growing every day. But once you start talking to other people and start kind of like adding value by saying, hey, I can help you out by checking the site you're interested in, what's your potential. And by doing that, you will realize that you have learned a lot. And I think in the process, to me, when I was looking for sites, I did so many feasibilities that at the beginning, I was thinking about doing like a duplex type of project because it's smaller, it's easier to manage. But because we have done so many feasibilities, talked to so many consultants, Ilya and I was like, hey, actually, we can look beyond that. 3, 4, does it really matter? So even by practicing it, it's as if you have done 1 or 2 because you have talked to so many people. The knowledge that you gain, you may not realize it, but you know a lot more than other people.
Yeah, that's fantastic. No, thank you for sharing that, Cheng. We want people to come into it knowing that it is step by step, and a little bit of information that they learn every day is going to take them into a different, 1% of the population who knows about property. Right? Yeah. And starting small, I love that you guys started small. You just did say, 2-pack or 3-pack is what you did. And, make 6-figure profit. That's good. But now that you've done that, would it make a difference if you did a 10-pack? Yeah, no, I think
there's always more learning down the track. And I always acknowledge that. And even though we have done 1, we know we have learned a lot. We have gained a lot of knowledge and skills. But I still tell myself that there's always more to learn. And even go to 10, what's the difference between going from 3 to 10? Then before that, we go from 0 to 3, right? So it's always learning and stretching ourselves that we go to the next level.
Great. So next one will be that. Is that right?
Yeah. We'll see what site comes up.
It has to stack up in the fees. I like that. So just going through a few little pictures of this deal. So this is the original house. Is that right?
Yes, that's the original one.
Beautiful.
It is very rundown. We actually almost kind of give up in the area after looking at the area for a little while. And then this site comes up. It is a very old house, as you can see from the picture. And the advertised price was about 100K lower than what the market was advertising for the similar block size at the time. And it attracted a lot of people to the property. But for some reason, most people look at it as something to renovate. But because we have been doing research for some time in the area, we know this block of land, we could put 3. So that's why we, in the end, we were the kind of like the eventual purchaser for this land.
What's going on here? Someone like black.
Yeah, well, actually, this house, it is legally not livable, so it is that bad. So it is just prime for redevelopment.
Look, I'm sure renovator would come look at it, but hard job. Okay. Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah, it turns out really well. We are very happy with that. So we have a double story at the front and 2 single story behind that. So this is the middle dwelling, the 2 beta.
Yep.
And the double story is a 3 beta. This is a 2 beta. Yep. And this one is a 3 beta as well. So 3.
They're almost like mini houses, not even townhouses.
Yeah, they do not have shared walls. They kind of like stand alone.
So got some internal pics.
Yeah. So I mean, compared to the original house, this is a much better kitchen. And
Lovely
they are.
bathroom.
Yep. Yeah, I think the design was we communicated with the building designer quite a bit on what we wanted it to be. We want to make sure that it is something that is attractive enough in the area, but not going overboard, because we need to control building costs for this project. So for these finishes, it is about the better ones in the area. So we are pretty happy with that.
Mm-hmm. So so with this one, 1.65 total development costs, which is great. Total profit just under 300,000, which is pretty good. 89% return, for the equity partner as such, and then you get to keep half of the profit.
Yes, that's right. So that is that's the arrangement we have, and my partners, they are very happy. I mean, in the way they are busy people. They have their work, they have family, and the way we partner up is almost like they have the capital. We are helping them to grow the capital, and they are informed regularly to make sure that things are progressing well. So it is a win-win for both parties.
And the fact that they want to do it again really is a testament to, the journey that you have showed them, that it is possible, to trust someone to run it all. And it is like that. You do a little one, make some money, profit, and they can go again and again for years to come. Yes.
I think having the intention to do the best we can, especially by the partners, I I think you attract other people to be your partners, and your current partners will want to continue to be in the future deals. So as long as we do that with integrity, I think the rest will fall into place easily.
Yeah, that's well said, Cheng. And I'm a big believer of doing the right thing, being a good developer, and creating that win-win scenario for everybody involved, right? Your team, you guys, investors, and even, the homeowners. You created 3 beautiful housing. Community now.
Yeah, they I have the opportunity to meet one of them. They are a couple with children. They were renting, and they so look forward to move into their new home. The look on their faces are just priceless.
That feeling that you get, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And at that time, we are still owning the project, and they haven't got the keys yet. So they were looking at it, and the wife was like, let me just go through one more time and just get that whole feeling. I was like, yeah, okay, take your time, no problem, no rush. So it was good.
I think that's the best feeling when we see tenants or the owners moving in and just going, wow, that's going to be their home. Yes,
that's right. I think all of them are going to move in, the three buyers. They should look forward to it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that project with us. It doesn't have to be big. Start small, get into something, learn the skills. That's what Cheng and Ilya did. And, I know you guys are going to do a lot more projects. I can see that. And do it. Calculate a risk in a way that it makes everybody win. So we look forward to hearing more on your journey as we go along, Cheng, and wish you all the success.
Thank you. Thanks,
Jason
Amy.
and I and the team here. So thank you again. And
thanks for having.
Take on some of those tips that you heard today and get started.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cheng.